Hi, I'm Gail and welcome back to Low Carb Recipe Ideas. Today we're going to make low carb Mexican chicken salad, and I know you're really going to enjoy it, so let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to marinate our chicken, so we need to make our marinade. So we're going to take 2 cups of water. A 1/3 cup of soy sauce, and you need to check your labels at the back. This soy sauce, it's 1 carb per tablespoon. Now we have 2 tablespoons of apple cider and 3 tablespoons of xylitol. Now you can use other sweeteners. I like using the xylitol. You can use stevia, and there's a lot other ones to choose from also. 2 tablespoons of sea salt. 1 tablespoon, or sorry, 1.5 teaspoons of cayenne pepper. This recipe is absolutely delicious, and I know you're really going to enjoy it. 2 teaspoons of hickory smoke flavoring. 2 teaspoons of paprika. 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. 1 teaspoon of onion powder. 1 teaspoon of black pepper. So we're going to stir this all in. Actually, I've got a little whisk here, and maybe that'll help get everything mixed in. And once I've got it mixed in, I've got 4 chicken breasts. And you can buy chicken breasts fresh, which are lovely, but I find I buy frozen chicken breasts in a box from Costco. And what I do is I thaw them out, and I wash them off with water, and then I pat them down with paper towel, and they're lovely chicken breasts to use. And it's nice because you've got them right in the fridge. It doesn't take that freezer, and it doesn't take that long to thaw out. So I've got my 4 chicken breasts. I'm just going to put them in here, and we're going to marinate them. And we don't want to marinate them any more than 2 hours, because if you do it too long, then they'll start getting tough, and we don't want that to happen. So halfway through, we will take them, we'll put them in the fridge to start, and then halfway through, we will turn them over just to make sure we have it all marinated. And that's what we do to start. So we'll marinate them for approximately 2 hours, maybe a little bit less. It just depends on my timing as to when I'm ready to cook. The next thing we need to do for our Mexican chicken salad is we need to make our Mexican ranch dressing. So I've got everything measured out here, and we're just going to put it all together. 1/2 cup of mayonnaise, and I use Hellmann's because there's no carbs in Hellmann's mayonnaise. So make sure you check those labels. Constantly check to make sure what the carb count is, because there's a big variety out there. And 2 tablespoons of minced white onion. So I've chopped them all up. Got a little piece of skin in there I want out of there. And then I've got 2 tablespoons of diced fresh tomatoes. And 1 tablespoon of buttermilk. So what I've got here is, I'm not actually using milk. I could have used milk, but I use almond milk. And I just put a little bit of vinegar in it, which makes it more like a buttermilk. And that was 1 tablespoon of buttermilk. And then I have a tablespoon of white vinegar, 2 teaspoons of fresh cilantro. So I've taken it and I've chopped it all up. And then 1 teaspoon of canned chopped mild green chilies. And I have a 3/4 teaspoon of paprika, half a teaspoon of xylitol. You can use stevia or any other kind of sweetener that you would like to use. Oh, I see I left a little bit of the paprika in there. And a quarter teaspoon of salt. And I needed a pinch of dill weed, a pinch of cumin, and a pinch of cayenne pepper. So I've just put it all together in here. So we're just going to mix this up. And this is going to be our dressing for our Mexican chicken salad. It's absolutely delicious. I'm looking forward to the final product. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make some Pico de Gallo. So we'll get stuff put together. Just take and cover up your Mexican ranch dressing. We'll put it in the fridge and keep it nice and cool. And we'll start making the other part of this recipe. I have all my ingredients ready to go for my Pico de Gallo. And I'm hoping I'm saying it correctly. It is Mexican, and I called my girlfriend and I was asking her, how do you say that G-A-L-L-O? And it's de Gallo. So we'll start out by having 2 medium tomatoes diced, which I've already got put together here. So we'll put it in the bowl. And a 1/3 cup of red onions, finely chopped. Because really what it is, it's a Mexican cuisine. It's a salsa fresco is what it is. So it's just fresh ingredients all put together like a salsa. But it has that fancy name. And then you can put in a jalapeno seeded and diced. Well, I really didn't want to go through that process. So I am using green chili pepper or green chilies out of a can. So I've put in 4 teaspoons of that. But you can use your jalapeno. You're very welcome to. It's just I didn't have rubber gloves and I didn't want to play around with the hotness of it. And then I have 2 teaspoons of lime juice. I've squeezed my lime, fresh lime, and I got 2 teaspoons of that. And then 2 teaspoons of minced fresh cilantro. A 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Whoop. And a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. So we'll mix this all together and we'll put saran over top and we'll put it in the fridge and give it a chance to all blend together with all the flavors. And we will go to the next step of putting our combination of salad together. So I'll be right back. So now I have my Mexican ranch dressing sitting in the fridge and keeping it nice and cool, and I've got my Pico de Gallo, my salsa mix in the fridge, getting it all, the combination flavors all put together. I am cut up my salad and I'm going to just put it in a bowl. So what I've basically done is I've taken 1 stalk of romaine lettuce and I've chopped it all up here, and then I've got about a 1/3 of iceberg lettuce that I've chopped up and a 1/3 of red cabbage that I've chopped up. So I'm just going to take all of this and I'm going to put it into my salad bowl. There's 3 of us eating this for supper. So we will just kind of mix it up. And it all depends on what, how many people are eating and how much you want to eat of it. But that's the measurements that I have done. So you can do your own measurements as to how much, salad you want to have for your meal with all the goodies that's going to go with it. So I'm just going to cover that up, throw it in the fridge, and I've turned on the barbecue, and we're going to go outside and we're going to barbecue our chicken that that's been sitting in the fridge marinating. So we'll go outside and get that started. Welcome back. Now we're going to barbecue our chicken, and we're going to barbecue it approximately 4 to 7 minutes on each side. It's been sitting in the marinade for just under 2 hours, and remember, you shouldn't do over 2 hours because there's a possibility that it's going to get tough, so no more than 2 hours. The marinade smells absolutely delicious. So we're going to do this between 4 to 7 minutes on each side. We've got our chicken barbecued. We're all ready to go to put our salad together. So I've already combined all of my romaine and my iceberg lettuce and my red cabbage. So I'm going to just do individual plates. So I'm going to take approximately how much we think we're going to eat. So that was like 2.5 handfuls. We're going to take a 1/4 cup of my Mexican ranch dressing. We'll put that in there. We'll stir it up. And I'm going to take a handful of my cheese. Whoops. And we'll stir that around with the salad. Put it on our plate. So if you do them individually, everybody will have an equal share of the dressing, and it's just, you'll really enjoy this. I'm sure you will. And then I'm going to take my barbecue chicken. I already sliced one up. And I'll just spread that on top. Sprinkle a little more cheese on top. And I'll take a scoop of sour cream and we'll put it on the side. And if you have guacamole, you can also put guacamole on there and just mix it up. So there's one more thing we need to put on, and this is the Pico de Gallo salsa. So we just lay some across the top. And that is your delicious Mexican chicken salad. So I hope that you give it a try. It's very delicious and it's just a nice change. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye now.